guys, so I am back with the rest of my collection, and I've already filmed this twice now, but I realized that I was filming and just my entire nose was in the shot, so we're gonna try this again. This, of course, is Kirsten, and I came up with this idea before they came out with the anniversary one, and I was a little bit salty about it, but this stuff I think is from the 90s. I know that Kirsten is. She had marker all over her face, and she was one of the very first dolls that I restored. I am a reborn doll artist. I make I make dolls that look like real babies. I paint them. I've been doing that for almost 7 years. And my other channel is Pumpkinsparklesbabies, and I'm Pumpkinsparklesbabies on Instagram, so if you want to check me out over there, please do. I decided to split my American Girl doll content away from my reborn doll content because a lot of the times they do not mesh well together and people just don't care about the dolls, and I get that. So this is where I'm going to be talking about the dolls, and I appreciate you being here so much. You don't even know. So anyway, back when Chelsea was a little girl, I was in foster care, and I was in and out of foster homes actually when I was about 2 to 3. And I never really had anything that belonged to me. I didn't have anything that was mine. Even if I was given something, it was taken away. So I always was just very drawn to dolls, and I always wanted one. And when I was adopted, one of the very first gifts I was given was one of the EG vintage doll. Well, there's vintage now. EG dolls, the blinking doll. It's a baby doll, and that baby doll became my child. I took care of it like it was my child. And it kind of makes sense that I ended up being a reborn doll artist, but I've never been attached to any of my dolls that I make, not in the way that I'm attached to the American Girl dolls at all. I mean, I think mostly because it's my job, and I associate it with, paying bills and, putting food on the table and like supporting my kids and stuff, so I don't get attached to them. And I wasn't aware that I could still get attached to things from my childhood until I got my very first doll, and then my very, very first doll back. And something inside my little girl psyche was just like just happy, and I've been kind of disassociating and all in on the American Girl doll since. So the very first doll I ever had was Samantha, and so I got Samantha for Christmas in the early 90s, and then I bought Felicity with my own money when I was babysitting. And I think I've said in many other videos that I sold both of those dolls for like way too cheap, and I had no idea. Like how much I would regret that. So I think I said I got Felicity back. I showed her in the last video, and then I got Samantha. And because I'm an artist, I wanted to start experimenting with customizing the dolls, and for some reason I never thought that you had the freedom to do that. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but I also didn't know that people own more than one doll, like of the same sculpt. It never occurred to me that people would do that. I think I just thought like you were wanting a Samantha, you wanted a Felicity, you wanted a Addie, but I never knew that people did that, and it made me so happy when I saw that people do that, because I've always kind of really wanted to experience having more than one of the doll. And I don't have more than one doll of the same sculpt yet, but I will. Moving on, Samantha. She's a Pleasant Company doll. I redid her wig, obviously. This is from Zazu. And then because I'm a reborn doll artist, I was able to root some of the baby fine hairs along the side of the wig because it kind of lifted a little bit. This was one of my very first wig transfers, so it was pretty good, but I like the way she looks. She looks totally different, and I like her gap in her teeth. So this is Samantha. Oops. And Kirsten, I think I was talking about that and then I trailed off because I have ADD. I was always wanted Kirsten in my collection, but I wasn't allowed to have her because she was blonde for some reason. My adopted mother was against like anything girly, no makeup, no nail polish, no long hair. I always wanted her because she was just like, look how beautiful she is. But you can't see her, can you? Well, you can kind of see her. Look how beautiful she is. So anyway, that was my very first thing to do when I started collecting, was to get the 90s Kirsten in my collection and this particular outfit because I always wanted this. Okay, moving on. This is the very first custom doll that I got. This is from Birch Trees Dolls. I think they're a mother-daughter art team, and I just appreciate their artwork so much. They're so talented, and this doll reminds me of my son, so it makes me happy. And even though he finds it very funny and a little bit crazy, and besides, he doesn't have brown eyes, he has very blue eyes, so I might change the eyes out one day. But it just reminds me of my son. I don't know, it makes me happy. And I always thought it would be a cool idea to have a boy doll, but they didn't make boy dolls back when I was a little girl. I was born in the 80s, so I pretty much, grew up in the 90s. So, the boy dolls were not a thing at all. It also kind of reminds me of my brother. My biological brother and I were adopted together, but we were split up in foster homes, so we were very close. He was my best friend, and he passed away in 2008. So I kind of feel like if I had had a boy doll back when we were playing dolls, like how much fun that would have been, because he could have had his own character. So okay, moving on. Okay, so this is Mia, and she is an ice skater, and this was so it was supposed to be this year's Christmas present. I saw her and I fell in love with her. I think this was one of the first dolls that I bought off Mercari, and I had no idea that this was a character. I didn't know that this wasn't her natural outfit. I just loved her face, and I loved the fact that she had ice skates. It made me so happy because it's a bit of nostalgia too. My brother and I used to play and pretend like we were going to be ice skaters, but neither one of us knew how to skate, and we were going to be like this famous duo, and we would practice on the carpet, which is insane when you think back to it, but it just is kind of a nod to that part of my childhood. And so I love her. I think she's stunning, and I did do her eyelashes. I didn't change much about her face because she's stunning. I might go back and maybe add some makeup later on, but to me she's perfect, and I love her. Okay, so then the last doll in my collection is Nellie, and this one is probably the most special one to me because she was given to me by Kirsten from Lambie's Nursery, and Kirsten and I are very close friends, but I primarily make her reborn dolls, and she collects all sorts of dolls. And when I started to get into American Girl dolls, I think this was the first time that we actually really connected equally with equal excitement about the storylines and who you have in your collection. And I told her that I had gotten Samantha, and now I was on the hunt for Nellie. And I was surprised at how expensive she was. And I had just won an auction for Marisol, so we traded. I gave her Marisol, and she gave me Nellie, and Nellie was a very special doll to her, so I just feel like I have her in my collection, and it's kind of a nod to my friendship with Kirsten, and she's just so beautiful. And all I've done is add eyelashes and just fill in her brows a little bit, but other than that, she's in the same condition, and I think this doll is one of the most beautiful dolls that they have. I don't know, there's just something about her that just makes me happy when I look at her. So anyway, these all dolls are in my bedroom on a shelf. These are my special dolls that I like to look at when I'm getting ready in the morning. Sometimes I filter them in and out, I cycle them through, so I'm always kind of happy with what I'm looking at. If I get bored of something, I need to change the outfit or change the scene. So I do think I'm going to start setting up scenes, especially when I get the bookcase. It's very inspired by Displain's channel. Obviously, you guys have probably already seen his videos because his videos are amazing. I was very inspired by the artistry behind everything that he's done, the scenes and the backstories, and it's awesome. So, and also just, I'm so excited that he even took the second to watch one of my videos. So, thank you. And yeah, and I think that's about it. I will definitely show you guys my setup when I get it. I'm trying to debate right now if I should get Julie's bathroom or Courtney's bed, because they're doing a sale right now. So if you have any suggestions, please weigh in. I'm open to suggestions. Yeah, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.